everybody, and welcome to week 5, day 5. So this is our final day of the week, and we're going to do some review today. These are 2 new Fast as a Snap words. Has, H-A-S, has. He has a great personality. And play, P-L-A-Y. I like to play soccer. So our little book this week is going to have a lot of words, has, and play in it. And so it will help us to remember how to read those in a sentence, which is really important. So the name of our story this week is We Can Play. And they're a boy and a girl, and it looks like a grandpa, and they're at a park. And I think you're going to notice, remember our litter bugs? I think some litter bugs were at this park because there's cups and papers, the trash can. And the sentence says, we cannot play here. There's the word play from this week. Why do you think they can't play here? I think it's because there's so much trash at the park. That is not fun to play at a park where there is a lot of trash. We can help. He has a big sack. So they have a trash sack and they're putting the trash in and helping the park. Help was our word last week, so this is good practice for us to read it again in our books. She has a big sack too. And that was another one of our sight words last week. This is an interesting word. I'm surprised they have it here. We haven't learned it. It's a very interesting sound. P-U-T. It doesn't say put. It says put. This is a really strange word, but that's what it says, so now you've seen it. We put the sack in a bin. A bin. A bin is just any kind of container. In this case, it's a trash bin. They can play here. And I see an exclamation point, so I'm going to use a strong voice, not a loud voice, but a strong one. They can play here. And we see play on this page. A lot of words play. I wonder if we saw the word has. I'm going to open to the middle of this book, and I'm going to see, do you see the word has? Do you remember what it looks like? Here's what has looks like, H-A-S. See if you can find it, and if you do find it, I want you to circle it. Has. See if it's on this page. See if it's on this page. Put a big circle around it. Okay, you can stop the video if you need more time to do that. Now, it's a really good idea to keep reading all of these little books. And so I want you to know that I have saved all the little books from our weeks together so that I can read them again. And I kept them just in a paper clip, but you can keep them in a box or you can keep them in a special place and keep practicing your reading with those. So I want to review also that long I, silent E pattern, but we're going to look at it a little different way today. I want you to see how E changes a word. And so I'm going to put one of our short vowel words that we can sound out. F-I-N. So I have F-I-N, and the sounds are F-I-N. And if we blend that, it would be fin. Fin. A fin is like something on a fish. If magic E comes along, da 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 da, magic E added to fin changes the I to long I, and it becomes fine. I'm fine. Completely different word. This is something on a fish. This is how we feel. So E really makes a big change. Let's try another one, another word. What sound does this letter make? K. It. Kit. A kit is just like something that is a group of tools. Like I have a kit with all my art supplies in it. But along comes Magic E, da 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 da, and changes kit to kite. Kite. Kit is a tool, is a group of tools, and a kite is a toy that we fly. That is a completely different word. So you can see that E has a lot of magic powers. I'm just going to do a couple more really quickly. This word is rid. Rid. I need to get rid of the garbage. And Magic E comes along and changes it to ride. Ride. We ride something. So when you hear the word ride, you know you have to add Magic E at the end after you put all of your sounds. Let's see, I have one more. I'm going to start it with D, I, M. Dim. Dim is when there is not much light. So it's low light, dim. Here comes Magic E into the picture. And now we know that I will say its long sound I. Dime. A dime is a little coin. So Magic E can change words, and that is why we study them so much. So our page today has our fast as a snap word on one side, has and play. Be sure to trace those. We want to trace those words. And now we need to figure out from these word bank which word is going to make sense in our sentences. We're checking to see, does that make sense? We're going to put one of these words in each sentence. So number one, let's try Mike has a bike. Does that make sense? Yes, it does make sense. Mike has a bike. So we're going to choose has to go in this sentence. Okay, and you can write that. Number two, this is an interesting name. We know it's long A because there's silent E. So let's say A when we get here. Gail. Gail. That's somebody's name. And Rick has, that doesn't sound right. Let's try play. Gail and Rick play. That makes sense. That is something we would say. So choosing play to go in this sentence. So number three, it could have one or the other. Let's see which one fits. Jane, and we know it's not Jan because as Magic E, this has to say A. Jane has a kite, or Jane play a kite. We don't say play a kite, but we do say Jane has a kite. So we're going to choose has for that sentence. So on this side, we have a lot of words that have the long I silent E pattern, and we have pictures. Next to each of the numbers is a picture of an object that has the long I silent E pattern. So we're going to trace all of the words, and it's a good idea when you're tracing them to read them because you will need to know what the words are. So try reading them. Kite, kite, vine, vine, and so on. Read all the words. And then after you trace them with your best handwriting and your pencil, go to number 1 and we see the number 5. Now this is not the word 5. We need to look at all of the words and find out which one is the number 5. Now I know 5, the beginning sound in 5 is f, and I know that F stands for that. So I'm going to look for a word that starts with F and see if it reads 5. Five. It does. So I'm going to draw a line from the number 5 to the word, or from the word to the picture. 5. Just draw a line. And for that, you can use your colored pencils so that you don't get confused. You could use a different color for each word. But when you're writing them, use your regular pencil, okay? Number 2 is a bike. find the word bike and draw a line from bike to the word bike. Number 3, kite, kite. Number 4, vine, vine. Number 5, dime, dime. And number 6 is hive, hive. So that is the end of the reading part for today. And that is going to be part 1. Part 1 will be reading. Part 2 will be math. And then part 3 is going to be the story from our reading writing workbook that again has words we can sound out and our fastest snap words. It's not a book that we could send home, so I'm going to read it with you. So week 5, day 5 has 3 parts. And so you'll watch 3 different videos. And I will see you next time.